Now at 10, beating a 4-month-old so badly that the baby had multiple broken ribs. The charges an Orange County mother now faces. Plus,
right now we continue to keep an eye on a big ridge of high pressure with near record heat the next couple days before a big change arrives early next week. I'm breaking it all down straight ahead.
And locals say they feel hopeless, unable to help relatives stuck in Haiti. The action they're calling for right now to help their loved ones.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News on CW18 starts now.
A 25-year-old Orlando woman is behind bars tonight after her 4-month-old premature baby was brought to the hospital with 18 rib fractures. Vanessa Rodriguez-Vasquez was arrested on 1 count of felony aggravated child abuse.
WESH 2's Luana Munoz has been combing through her arrest affidavit, and experts don't believe this is the first time that child was harmed. Orlando police are looking for a missing 4-year-old. This is Dadrian Usher Jr. He was last seen on South Westmoreland Drive. His dad reported him missing, and police believe he may be with his mom, Tandrika Miller. The boy was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans. If you have any information, call Orlando police.
Police are looking for a car connected to a shooting over the weekend in Apopka. This is the car officers are looking for. They say shots were fired around Myrtle Street and Lake Avenue around 11:33 last Saturday morning. If you have any information about this car or anyone connected to it, be sure to call the Apopka Police Department or crime line.
Our other big story of the day, and all everyone's talking about, is the weather outside. It has been warm.
Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi joins us now. Tony, we're going to heat things up again tomorrow.
Yeah, we are. I tell you, right through the upcoming weekends, too, this big ridge of high pressure is building on in. Now, this first piece of energy is going to try to back on in Friday and Saturday. It's going to kind of slow down, but it's going to get a little kick here from this feature in the southwest, and that'll bring a front through by the time we get into Monday. However, ahead of that, again, it's all about the warm weather. It's a mild night tonight, few clouds upstairs tonight. Other than that, though, things are pretty benign. 61 degrees, Palm Coast, 68 back towards New Smyrna Beach. Still in the mid-70s, Claremont on into Winter Haven. Temperatures out the door tomorrow morning ranging from about 62 to about 67 degrees. From there, it is up and away. Near record heat again expected in many locations tomorrow, and it only goes up from there as we head into the upcoming weekend. I'm going to break that down for you when I see it coming up at 10:18.
All right, Tony, thank you. 2 people flying an experimental aircraft walked away after the plane crashed this afternoon. Polk County Fire Rescue say they found the aircraft engulfed in flames. They quickly used water and foam to put it out. The chief says that the pilot's quick thinking saved anyone from getting hurt because they crash landed in an open field. Both people are expected to be okay. A man accused of robbing a bank in Volusia County was found in Georgia. Police found Henry Wayne Collier in Glynn County. He's accused of showing up at the Bank of America on South Ridgewood Avenue Monday wearing a wig and carrying a black bag. Collier was on probation for previous bank robberies and was recently released from prison for a previous crime spree. The investigation is still active.
New details of that man attacked by an alligator in Lake County. WESH 2 obtained documents from wildlife officials that say the man's left hand was ripped off by the animal. That attack happened on Sunday afternoon near Grand Vista Trail in Leesburg. He was airlifted to the trauma center in Orlando. Wildlife officers trapped and removed the alligator.
In Seminole County, no one was hurt and no property was damaged when a brush fire broke out this afternoon. Crews responded to the fire in Econ River Wilderness area on Old Lockwood Road around 3:15. This is the wrong video that we're showing you here. They say that the fire was burning 7 acres and crews were able to get it under control in about 40 minutes. No word on what sparked those flames. A Seminole County student used lessons that she learned in school to save a life. 13-year-old Nevaeh Hernandez is part of a pre-veterinarian program at Sanford Middle. She was at her grandma's house when a litter of puppies was born and quickly realized that one puppy wasn't breathing or moving. So Nevaeh knew exactly what to do to save the puppy's life, using her thumb to do CPR on this newborn. Nevaeh convinced her mom to let her keep the puppy, and she named him Asher. Quick thinking.
Great job. Next at 10, it's a new way to make sure Orange County hits their renewable energy goals.
So this will help with reducing operational costs for Orange County utilities.
Coming up, how the cost of floating solar panels could be the key to lowering your utility bill.
But first, a face-to-face with a Florida panther. The noise a hunter was making that made that big cat think that he was prey. Next at 10.
I'm blinds, but I'm not giving up.
I want to stay in the field. You can't go in alone. I'm not alone. I've got you. Sight unseen.
Wednesday, April 3rd on CW18.
A close encounter for a South Florida man who says he came face to face with an endangered panther while hunting turkeys in Punta Gorda. Jason Francis says he was in the Babcock Ranch Preserve on Monday when he found himself in a standoff with the animal. There it is. He says he was making a hen call to attract a turkey when that big cat wandered out of the trees.
I had my shotgun in my lap, and the first thing I did when I saw it was I went and grabbed my phone first, only because I'm like, no one's going to believe me.
You're right. We would not have. But I guess he wasn't the only one trying to eat turkey that day. The video shows the wildcat stopping dead in its tracks, taking a quick pause, realizing it wasn't a turkey, before calmly turning around and going back into the woods. Experts say there are only 200 panthers left in the wild.
I'm going to need to know exactly what that sound sounds like, so we never make that sound ever.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Forecasting our future involves planning ahead for a more sustainable community. And Orange County is doing just that with a state-of-the-art floating solar panel installation.
It's expected to be a game changer for making renewable energy goals. And First Warning meteorologist Marquise Mita got to see how it works. New at 10, Colorado is being hit by a massive snowstorm. Some areas are expecting up to 5 feet of snow in the coming days. The Department of Transportation says it's working on all hands on deck to try to keep the roadways clear. More than 50 miles of major roadways are closed at the moment. And according to FlightAware, more than 800 flights to or from Denver International Airport were canceled as of this afternoon. The heavy snowfall is expected, though, to ease up overnight.
Yeah, they got snow. We got the opposite of that here, Tony. We're talking about near records.
Yeah, we're going to be up near 90 now the next couple of days. And it's interesting about Colorado. Most people don't know this, but their biggest snowstorms sometimes are in March and even early April.
Why is that?
Well, it's because of their elevation. You start getting the bigger storms coming in from the southwest, and they really tap into even more moisture coming up from the Gulf, so there's more snow. 5
Just
feet.
when they think they're on the cusp of spring.
Exactly.
They're booking flights to Florida.
Man, they're coming, yeah, they're coming here. Hey, let me take you guys back outside. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got that snowstorm. We've got a tornado outbreak now across the Ohio Valley, the Southern Plains. And then we've got Florida, which is dealing with some very fine weather right now. There's your severe weather outbreak through the Ohio Valley. Back through Missouri, on into Arkansas, on into Texas. There's the snow still ongoing here right now in Colorado. And they're going to add more to it as this feature goes by tonight. And it's this system right here that will actually head our way, not the Ohio Valley feature, as we head into early next week. It's going to kind of push a front through, cool us down, but not tonight. Look at these temperatures. It is warm through Mobile, back towards Jacksonville, South Florida still in the mid-70s, closer to home. We've got some very chilly Atlantic waters right now. That's having a big-time impact here on our northeastern communities up towards Daytona Beach and Palm Coast, 60 to 66 degrees. Inland areas, though, still quite warm, 73 to about 76. Wind speed pretty light, as is expected this time of the night with this type of weather pattern. Temperatures out the door here tomorrow morning, not bad. Low 60s in our northern communities. That would include DeLand, back towards Wildwood, Ocala, off towards the downtown area, back towards the coast, middle and upper 60s. The First Warning 12-hour forecast now for Daytona Beach for the spring breakers. Afternoon highs jumping up into the lower 80s. That's the air temperature. The water temperatures, however, only in the low 70s. The seas tomorrow, 2 feet with a 10-second swell. But it's during the times of high tide transitioning to low tide that rip risk will be at its greatest threat, and tomorrow the risk is moderate, so please swim near those lifeguards. Melbourne, you're in the low 80s as well. As we take a look at that setup, as high pressure slides to the east, it'll be even warmer tomorrow. High temperature today through the interior, 85 to 87. Tomorrow, about 86 to 89 degrees. Back towards the coast here, we're in the upper 70s to the low and mid 80s. If you're headed towards Magic Kingdom or any of the attractions tomorrow, great shape. Afternoon high temperatures, middle and upper 80s. We do have that launch tomorrow slated for 6:39 in the evening. Again, the weather looks pretty good. We'll watch the upper level wind shear, although it does look a little bit better come tomorrow night. Might be upgraded to a lower threat there by the time we get into tomorrow tomorrow morning. Big ridge of high pressure. That's what's establishing itself the next couple days, and that's why our temperatures are going to be close to 90 degrees all weekend long, including St. Patrick's Day. Here comes the front on Monday. For the first day of spring, we are cooling it back down. Wednesday and Thursday, not bad, but another round of rain could arrive on Thursday. We'll take a closer look at just how cool those temperatures get Monday when I see you coming up in the next half hour.
Still ahead at 10, another test flight in the books. Why experts say SpaceX's failed Starship flight was actually a success.
Plus, knowing your risk for breast cancer and getting ahead of the deadly disease.
I think one of the things that certainly surprises some of our patients who are diagnosed with breast cancer is that when they go through those score calculations, they may have a higher risk than they anticipated.
The widely available tool that can help you determine your risk before the usual tests.
You changed this last year. You matured on and off the field. We ain't even played our first game. I'm already stressing.
I'm not the same Olivia. I had to grow up. What if things with Spencer feel different?
This is about your future, your journey.
There's nothing wrong with having a village to help.
It's funny how your greatness depends on me getting you the ball.
That's enough. If one falls, we all fall.
All-American season premiere Monday, April 1st on CW18.
This story was odd.
People are still trying to mentally process how all of this could have happened.
Crime Mission, Tuesday at 8 on CW18.
It's a widely available risk assessment tool that X-Men Apocalypse actress Olivia Munn says played a key role in her breast cancer diagnosis.
Munn discovered that she had the disease shortly after what she called a normal mammogram. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on this tool and why doctors say everyone should know their breast cancer risk.
A snack food company is voluntarily recalling containers of its cashews for incorrect labeling and potential allergen risk. The Great Value Honey Roasted Cashews were sold at Walmart stores across the country, including right here in Florida. FDA says the 8.25-ounce containers could actually contain coconut cashews. Undeclared coconut and milk products could cause serious allergic reactions. People can throw them out or return them to Walmart for a full refund. New at 10, a warm winter is causing concerns for blueberry crops in Michigan. Michigan is one of the largest blueberry producing states in the country. Farmers say the higher temperatures are causing their blueberry bushes to bud much earlier than expected. That combined with the lingering potential for frost could make the blueberries bad for harvesting. Harvest season for the fruit typically does not start until mid-July. Blueberries can only be harvested once a year. Coming up in our next half hour, local election supervisor defending his endorsement of former President Donald Trump, why his opponents say voters deserve better.
Plus, a man arrested in his underwear, how officers tracked down the accused robber and took him into custody.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News on CW18 starts now.
It's 10:30. Here's a look at our top stories tonight.
A woman is behind bars for beating a baby so badly the 4-month-old had multiple fractures in the ribs. 25-year-old Vanessa Rodriguez Vasquez is charged with aggravated child abuse. According to her arrest affidavit, police were alerted to the abuse when the baby was brought to the hospital. Doctors plan to do further testing on the infant to see if there's any more trauma. Rodriguez Vasquez is being held without bond.
Violence continues to escalate in the capital of Haiti. Local people with family members back in Haiti are speaking out. They say they feel helpless as relatives struggle to get food and water during the violent political unrest. They're calling on the White House to do more to help innocent people on the island. Meanwhile, Governor Ron DeSantis has deployed soldiers and aircrafts to Florida's southern coast to stop what he calls the potential influx of illegal immigration from Haiti. Florida is home to the largest population of Haitian Americans in the country. In Volusia County, a Daytona Beach man is facing charges accused of putting a gun to a woman's neck in a parking lot. As WESH 2's Pamela Combe reports, officers caught that man in the woods wearing nothing but his underwear. Kennedy is currently being held at the Volusia County Jail on no bond.
In Seminole County, a woman accused of hitting a family with her car, killing a toddler, is back in court. 53-year-old Shauna Wallace is facing several charges, including DUI manslaughter in that deadly crash from 2019. The state believes her fentanyl pain patch may have led her to be impaired while driving. A forensic toxicologist was called to look at how that patch's dose was increased around the time of the crash. He said in body camera evidence, Wallace seemed lethargic.
Evidence in the matter is consistent with or indicative of impaired normal faculties as a result of the use of fentanyl. As the blood drug concentration increases in the body's not tolerant to the increase.
The defense says the crash was a tragic accident, but not a DUI. All testimony has now concluded. Closing arguments are set to start first thing in the morning. The trial for Stephen Stearns has been set for May 13th. He is the lead suspect in the death of Madeline Soto, but he is not charged with her murder. He is facing 60 sex crime charges, including sexual battery on a child molestation. Stearns is set to be arraigned on April 2nd.
We need to talk about Orlando and our weather. We are the #1 spring break destination in the entire country. Tony, a lot of people are counting on great weather tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to get it. They had it today. They're going to have it tomorrow. They're going to have it Saturday. They're going to have it Sunday. But Monday, we've got some changes. Let me take you back outside. Another
That's
hot
a new
spot.
group of people then, Tony.
That's a whole, I know, yeah. Each week we're flipping them out, right? iDrive, also a pretty busy place for spring break. A lot of folks hanging at the hotels down there, headed over towards the attractions. And iDrive is just a pretty shot here at night. Love that view there. There's, again, big slew, long line of severe storms tonight extending from Ohio on into northeast Texas. A ton of tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings. And right here locally, though, for the spring breakers and for folks just running errands that live here year-round, we're in great shape. Mid-60s here in DeLand, mid-70s here back towards Winter Haven, and around 60 tonight up there in Palm Coast. Taking a look now at Futurecast. Few high clouds coming in pretty quickly from west to east from the Gulf of Mexico over the peninsula, but out the door tomorrow morning, we're going to be in good shape. Temperature starting out almost 10 degrees above the norm here in many of the metro areas. A little bit cooler, though, north and west, but still above average. 12-hour forecast if you're taking it over towards Flagler Beach tomorrow. Low 80s here. Even warmer than that as we head into the weekend before the next round of rain arrives. Along with cooler temperatures, I'm breaking that down at 10:48.
In Volusia County, a man is now awaiting sentencing for raping a woman while taking pictures on his phone. Sean Bradbury was found guilty of 3 counts of sexual battery on a person 18 years or older. He is facing up to 45 years in prison for the crimes. A sentencing date has not been set.
Next at 10, the countdown to March Madness continues. We're going to check in with University of Florida as they host the Georgia Bulldogs in the hardwood.
Plus, a critical milestone for SpaceX as the largest and most powerful rocket ever built takes flight.
So I don't know if SpaceX in their wildest dreams could have been any happier than how it really happened this morning. So tremendous success.
Why officials are calling it a success, even though the rocket didn't make it back to the ground.
WESH 2 News, honored with 3 regional Merle Awards, including overall excellence.
You're watching Central Florida's CW18.
A critical milestone for SpaceX this morning as it conducted the 3rd test launch of its Starship spacecraft in Texas.
WESH 2's Space Coast Bureau Chief Scott Heidler walks us through what happened and the next steps for future tests.
Also on our Space Coast, United Launch Alliance is getting ready to launch a Delta IV Heavy rocket. The mission for the National Reconnaissance Office is set to carry a national security payload into space. Officials say that payload would support for the Space Force's Space Systems Command. That launch is set for Thursday, March 28th. Mark your calendars because you're going to want to see it. An exact time has not yet been announced.
For the second night in a row, SpaceX is standing down from its attempt to send another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit. The Falcon 9 rocket launch at the Kennedy Space Center was scrubbed just before 8 o'clock this evening. SpaceX is now targeting 6:39 p.m. tomorrow to send the 23 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. And shortly after that launch, the rocket's first stage boosters will land on a drone ship in the Atlantic. This is what they do.
Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi joins us now. You cannot blame the weather for the delay earlier today. today, right, Tony?
Correct. Third time will be the charm, though, for these guys.
You're confident.
I am.
Good for you, Tony.
I am. The weather's not going to be a problem tomorrow. So whatever other issue it was, they got to fix it. And they will, because they're good at that stuff.
There we go.
You're forecasting.
The chief of all things.
He sees things.
All right, you two, knock it off. Let's get into some business here. We're getting up to its calendar right now. Here's what we got. We've got a beautiful night, a mild night up there. If you're running errands, walking the dog, getting a late night run in, you're in good shape. Double-barreled weather maker here, responsible for all of the snow, the freezing rain, the sleet, the severe weather, and it's all north and west of this big ridge of high pressure. But this tandem is going to build in now by Monday and knock our temperatures down. Whole slew of severe weather watches and warnings tonight through the Ohio Valley and the Southern Plains. While that's going on, we're nice and quiet here. 60 Palm Coast, 70 Wildwood, 73 Melbourne. On it to Barefoot Bay, Grand Valcaria, Mico in the upper 60s. Over towards Celebration, temperatures are nice and mild. Winds are fairly light. Not worried about fog. Enough wind tonight that's not going to be an issue. Fast flow upstairs. You can see the clouds in and out from time to time overnight tonight through daybreak tomorrow morning. Friday afternoon, we are looking absolutely glorious through 10 a.m. Temperatures jumping up into the 70s. The out-to-door temperatures here area-wide 62 to about 68 over there. Satellite Beach over towards Patrick Space Force going to be running in the upper 60s. Titusville, your 12-hour forecast, 60s in the morning, 80s by the afternoon. Here's that setup one more time. High pressure building back towards the east. We get that return flow on the backside of high pressure, and we heat up. Western areas will be warmer because they're away from the relatively cooler Atlantic waters. Upper 80s here, upper 70s, and low and mid 80s along in the east of the I-95 corridor. Boy, oh boy, you're outside, you're enjoying the great weather, but your eyes are itching, they're scratchy, you're sneezing. That's because the pollen is very high. Bayberry, oak, and grass killing it this time of the year as they normally do. So have your medicines, prescriptions ready to go to help you out with that. Saturday and Sunday, southwesterly winds out ahead of our front. Maybe a few isolated late day showers there Friday up to the north, but the big story is going to be the heat all weekend long. 88, 89, maybe a 10% chance for a shower up north Sunday. But with the front moving on in as we get you into Monday, things are going to get cooler, and we're going to get some much-needed rain. As high pressure builds back to the east, we'll get some cool weather for a few days. Rainfall amounts, GFS, about 0.2 of an inch of rain. European, a bit more vigorous with about a ½ an inch of rain. Listen, any rain we can get to knock the pollen down, we're all going to be happy campers, right? All right, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, upper 80s to near the 90-degree mark. Monday is our transition day. First day of spring, feeling great. Upper 60s, low 70s. Wednesday, 73. Quick shot of rain there by the time we head on into Thursday.
There is no off-season. NFL's free agency period officially began yesterday with the start of the new league year.
Okay, so it's one of the most exciting times during the NFL offseason, you know, for actual fans.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's exciting for me that they're not playing. It's exciting for fans because they get to find out which players will be joining their teams.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, making it official on Facebook. The new league year allows the teams to make it official. So today, the Jags getting a special treat. Gabe Davis making things official. We're going to hear from the Seminole grad coming up next. Plus, the madness of March beginning to unfold, how Stetson is preparing for its first big dance.
Starting at 11. Prepare for the biggest late-night lineup we've ever had.
Believe it because it's true.
Laugh the night away in the funniest club in town.
Recognize.
The CW18 Late Night Comedy Club, brought to you by Hudson's Furniture.
Now, WESH 2 Sports on CW18. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
Welcome to March Madness. Well, almost. Hey, everybody, I'm Kristen Lago. Second round of the SEC tournament tipping off tonight, and we're being treated to a little rivalry matchup. Florida-Georgia on the hardwood. Gators stumbled through the final stretch of the regular season, losing 2 of their last 3, but tonight a chance to turn it around. Now, the game is still underway in Nashville, and it's a pretty good one there. Florida with a little bit of work to do still in the first half, down by 5, 35-30 to the Bulldogs. And guys, it is kind of hard to keep track track of like who's on the team, who's not on the team, who's new, who's not. It's a lot. And so the off season, you're right. There's no off season in the NFL. Just
training camp will be your first quiz.
Oh my goodness, I feel like that's going to be here before I know. I don't want to think about it yet. Don't tell me that.
When you see a lot of
Don't tell me that yet. Don't tell me that yet.
All right, Tony, hot.
Yes, let's take a look at the updated 7-day forecast. Comfortable in the morning. By the time we get to the afternoon, we're in the upper 80s. We're staying there Saturday. We're staying there Sunday. Here comes that front on Monday, and it's going to get in, I think, pretty early. So we may be revising that 81 downward a little bit there if that trend continues. And then first day of spring. Feels great. 71, low humidity, bit of a breeze out there. Wednesday, not bad. Thursday, a little more moisture coming in off of the Atlantic with a east flow there, but certainly not a washout, guys.
All right, Tony, thank you. We're staying on top of all of your big stories tonight.
Flip over to WESH 2 for local live late breaking news at 11. And don't forget, you can always get your news online on WESH.com.